Have you ever thought that something as simple as feeling weaker could quietly steal your freedom, little by little, without you even noticing? Could the lack of strength in your arms or legs be a silent warning that your independence is at risk? If you're in your golden years, or if you care deeply for someone who is, know that you're not alone. This stage of life comes with its own challenges, and every bit of advice is meant to protect, not criticize. We're here to walk this journey together with understanding and respect. Today, I want to show you how paying attention to certain details can make all the difference, and how science and real-life stories can help you take action before it's too late. This isn't about drastic changes, but about noticing what often goes overlooked and finding simple ways to regain control. Tell me in the comments where in the world you're joining us from. It's always amazing to see how many people are united by the same concerns and how we can support each other. And get ready. Sometimes, the very first clue is hidden in the smallest actions of your day. Let's start with something simple, but that might be quietly shaping your tomorrow. The strength of your grip. Have you noticed how easy or how hard it is to open a jar or hold a shopping bag these days? The strength in your hands is more important than most people imagine. It's not just about opening bottles or carrying things. Your grip says a lot about how strong and healthy your whole body is. When your hands start to feel weaker, it's often a quiet sign that your muscles are losing their power. Health professionals pay attention to this because it's one of those details that show up before bigger problems. It's an early warning, a gentle nudge that maybe your body is asking for a little more care. If your grip is firm and steady, it means your muscles are working well, helping you stay active, independent, and safe. Let's imagine two friends, Antonio and Vera. Antonio is 77 and loves to play cards with his neighbors. He started to notice his hands felt tired after shuffling the deck, so he began squeezing a softball for a few minutes every day. Soon, he found it easier to open jars and carry groceries, and his confidence grew. Vera, on the other hand, is 75. She noticed her hands felt weak, but thought it was just part of getting older. She stopped knitting and even avoided carrying her own bag. One day, she struggled to turn the key in her door and felt a wave of frustration and fear. Ignoring this small detail can make daily life harder than it needs to be. Weak hands can lead to dropping things, trouble eating, or even a higher risk of falls. You might start needing help with simple activities, and little by little, your independence slips away. But there's good news. You can keep your hands strong with simple habits at home. Try squeezing a sponge or softball for a few minutes while watching TV. Open and close your hands slowly, feeling your fingers stretch. These gentle movements, done every day, can make a real difference. And if you think your hands tell a story, just wait until you notice the next sign your body is sending. The steadiness of their walk. Have you noticed how some people seem to glide across a room, while others hesitate at every step? The way you walk, your steadiness and confidence with each stride, is an early sign that often reveals much more than most imagine. Healthcare professionals often watch how someone walks even before running tests, because the subtle changes in a person's steps can signal hidden challenges in balance, coordination, or muscle control. Imagine your walk as the invisible thread that ties together your independence, safety, and sense of freedom. When your steps become shaky or uncertain, they can quietly warn that your body is struggling to keep up, even before you realize it. Take, for example, Helena and Marta. Both are in their 70s and have lived in the same apartment building for years. Helena still enjoys her morning walks, confidently carrying her groceries up the stairs, smiling as she moves from room to room. Marta, on the other hand, has started shuffling a bit, holding onto furniture or walls for support. She feels a pang of frustration each time she hesitates at a doorway or avoids going out alone. Helena feels proud and secure, while Marta grows anxious about losing her independence. If these signs are brushed aside, the risks can quietly build up. Small stumbles today might lead to bigger falls tomorrow. Loss of steady walking can drain your strength, raise the chances of slipping at home, and gradually chip away at your confidence. These changes often creep in long before any doctor makes a formal diagnosis. But you can take simple steps at home to keep your walk steady and strong. Try standing on one foot while holding onto a chair, or practice walking heel to toe along a straight line. Even just lifting your knees a bit higher as you walk can make all the difference in endurance and accuracy. If you're finding these tips helpful, don't wait. Subscribe to the channel right now. Here, every video is designed to help you live more safely, independently, and healthily. And while walking shows so much about your body, what about something even more subtle? Something that happens almost without you noticing. Stay tuned because the next sign might surprise you. How you respond to everyday frustrations. Have you ever noticed how you react when something small goes wrong? Like misplacing your glasses, waiting a little longer in line, or dealing with a simple misunderstanding. The way we handle these everyday frustrations can quietly reveal changes in our emotional resilience and mental flexibility. Over time, a shift in how we respond, becoming quicker to anger, feeling overwhelmed by minor annoyances, or withdrawing from situations, might be an early sign that our coping mechanisms are changing. It's easy to overlook these moments, brushing them off as just a bad day, but they may be subtle signals that deserve our attention. Take the example of Selena, 74. She's learned to pause and breathe deeply when she feels irritation bubbling up, sometimes even laughing at herself when she forgets a word or drops her keys. This small habit helps her maintain perspective and keeps her connected to those around her. On the other hand, Jorge, 71, often finds himself snapping at family members or feeling exhausted after minor setbacks. He ignores these reactions, thinking they're unimportant. But over time, his relationships have become strained and he feels more isolated. When we dismiss these small emotional shifts, they can pile up. Suddenly, the world feels heavier and everyday life becomes more difficult. Emotional tension can spill over into our health, increasing stress and even affecting sleep and physical well-being. Left unchecked, these patterns can chip away at our independence and confidence. The good news is that small steps can make a big difference. Try taking a few slow, conscious breaths whenever you feel frustration rising. Keep a simple journal of your feelings at the end of each day. These practices help you regain control and see challenges as moments to grow, not obstacles to fear. Paying attention to how you handle frustration is a powerful way to protect your independence and emotional health. Sometimes, the quietest signs are the ones that matter most. The invisible thief. When your nights don't bring rest, have you ever noticed how some nights feel endless, even when you're lying in bed with your eyes closed? It's not just about sleeping or not sleeping. It's about the quality of your rest, the silent hours when your body should be recovering, but instead, you wake up feeling as if you never truly slept at all. This invisible thief slowly steals your energy, your patience, and your joy, night after night. Imagine your body as a phone that never quite finishes charging. Every day, you start with a little less battery. Over time, even simple things, remembering names, finding your keys, enjoying a conversation, start to feel just a bit harder. Many think poor sleep or restless nights are just normal with age, but this is a dangerous myth. When rest is missing, the body and mind carry a weight that is hard to see from the outside, but deeply felt within. Let's meet Paolo and Lucia, both in their 70s. Paolo goes to bed at the same time every night, sets aside his phone early, and loves the soft hum of a radio before sleep. He wakes up refreshed, patient, and ready to enjoy his days. Lucia, on the other hand, ignores her restlessness. She watches TV until late, brushes off her tiredness, and tells herself, "I'll catch up tomorrow." But tomorrow never brings relief. She finds herself irritated, forgetful, and in a constant state of alertness, her thoughts racing even when her body is still. What Lucia doesn't realize is that chronic lack of rest weakens her immune system, darkens her mood, and makes those little lapses in memory more frequent. Day after day, the effects build up, quietly aging her faster than she deserves. The good news is this cycle can be broken. Each night is a new chance. Simple changes, like turning off screens an hour before bed, listening to gentle music, or stepping into the morning sun can help restore that inner silence and charge your energy for what matters most. If you want extra tips for sleeping better and restoring your energy, we have a free ebook with simple, effective guidelines. Just check the link in the pinned comments and take this moment to care for yourself with gentleness and awareness. And as the night grows quiet, it's worth asking, what other silent signals might your body be trying to send, even before you notice them? Changes in appetite. Are your meals still a source of pleasure? The way you eat says a lot about your present and your future. When appetite fades, when meals lose their flavor or become something you skip without noticing, your body is sending a message. It's not just about eating less. It's about missing out on nutrients that keep your muscles strong, your mind alert, and your mood balanced. Appetite is a signal. When it changes, it deserves your attention. Let's look at two stories. Helena keeps her meals regular and colorful. She enjoys discovering new flavors, tries to eat a bit of everything, and sits down to eat without distractions. She feels more energy, her mood is lighter, and she rarely complains of weakness. On the other hand, Roberto has started losing interest in food. He often skips breakfast, grabs something quick for lunch, and sometimes forgets dinner. He feels tired most days, without strength, and says nothing tastes good anymore. He misses the pleasure of a good meal. The difference is clear. When food becomes an afterthought, the body follows suit, growing weaker and more vulnerable. Ignoring changes in appetite is risky. It can lead to muscle loss, reduced immunity, and even a higher risk of falls or forgetfulness. When the body isn't nourished, it starts shutting down little by little. You might notice you tire more easily, your mind feels foggy, or sadness creeps in for no reason. These are not just part of getting older. They're signs that something needs care. Small habits can help. Try eating at set times, even if it's just a little. Make your plate colorful. Add fruits, roots, and whole grains. Drink water throughout the day. Invite someone to share a meal when possible. Eating well is more than nutrition. It's a way of caring for yourself, of reclaiming pleasure and vitality. But maybe, even when food is on your plate, something else is weighing you down. Sometimes, what we hold inside can be even harder to digest. The invisible weight of loneliness, there's a silence that goes beyond empty rooms. It's the quiet that settles in your heart when days pass without real conversation, without a friendly gaze, without a hand to hold or a laugh to share. This silence is not harmless. The absence of connection, when we stop exchanging words, gestures, or simple presences, slowly begins to drain our energy. The body also feels when affection is lacking, when the world seems far away and no one truly asks how you're doing. Loneliness is not just a feeling. It triggers stress in the body, raises inflammation, disrupts sleep, and makes the mind more vulnerable to confusion and sadness. Without bonds, motivation fades, memory grows foggy, and even immunity weakens. The heart, in every sense, starts to shrink. Take Anna, for example. She calls her sister every afternoon, sends voice messages to friends, and hosts a simple coffee ritual every Sunday. She feels lighter, remembers more details of her week, and even her appetite improves when someone shares her meal. Then there's Carlos. He gradually stopped reaching out. Days blend together in silence. Meals are always alone. The TV fills the space, but not the heart. He finds himself forgetting appointments and feeling tired even after long nights of sleep. His world becomes smaller, and so does his joy. Ignoring the ache of isolation can lead to depression, memory lapses, and a loss of daily purpose. The body slowly shuts down when the sense of belonging disappears. But this happens to many people, and it can be reversed. Sometimes a single message to a loved one, a short walk with a neighbor, or joining an online chat can brighten your whole day. Try to create a small ritual of connection, a weekly phone call, a daily greeting, or even sharing a meal, even if it's virtual. These moments rebuild the bridge between you and the world. And when the silence inside begins to echo in your body, you might notice your steps growing uncertain, your balance shifting. Because sometimes the next sign is not only about your heart, but about how your body finds its place in the world. Stumbling moments that whisper a stumble here, another there. But what if it's not just a distraction? Those tiny slips when your foot catches on a rug, when you sway getting out of bed, or feel wobbly on the sidewalk, are more than just clumsy accidents. These stumbling moments can be your body's first gentle whisper that something deeper is changing. Your strength, your balance, maybe even your confidence. It's easy to brush them off as normal signs of aging, but often they're early warnings of muscle loss, changes in posture, or even slower reflexes. Ignoring these signs can open the door to falls, fractures, and a sudden loss of independence. The truth is, your body tries to warn you before it lets you down. Take Rosa, for example. She noticed she was holding onto the banister a little tighter, feeling uncertain on her usual route to the market. Instead of ignoring these hints, she started practicing balance exercises at home, like standing on one foot with a chair nearby for support. Soon, her confidence grew, and so did her independence. On the other hand, Paolo laughed off his wobbles, saying, "It's just age catching up." He avoided stairs at night and stopped going out as much. One day, a sudden slip in the bathroom left him with a fractured wrist and weeks of recovery. The embarrassment and fear that followed made him hesitate even to leave his house. Ignoring instability is risky. Falls can lead to long hospital stays, broken bones, and a lasting fear of movement. But a few minutes of daily practice can make a world of difference. Try walking in a straight line or standing on one foot while holding on to a sturdy surface. Even 5 minutes a day can protect your freedom for years to come. If the body is already showing where it feels fragile, what else is quietly waiting inside, still without a name? Let's listen closely. Sometimes, the next signal is felt before it's ever seen. The weight you carry in silence sometimes, what weighs us down the most is not seen by anyone, not even ourselves. The heart stores memories, regrets, silent pains, and words left unspoken, building up a kind of invisible heaviness. Like a suitcase never unpacked, these feelings become a part of our posture, our breath, the way we greet each new day. The body listens to every secret the heart keeps hidden. When we hold on to resentment, old sorrows, or guilt, our nervous system stays alert. Our sleep is restless, and our energy drains slowly away. The immune system weakens, aches appear, and a shadow seems to settle over even the brightest moments. It's not about blaming ourselves for what we haven't let go. It's about offering ourselves the chance to release what no longer serves us. After all, the body ages faster when the soul carries what should have already left. Think of Clara, who for years kept her disappointments folded tightly inside. Conversations she never finished, forgiveness she never gave, dreams she let fade away. Over time, Clara's smile lost its warmth. Her nights grew longer and empty, and her steps became heavier. She felt tired without knowing why, disconnected from the world around her. In contrast, Miguel decided to face his inner pain. He wrote letters he never sent, talked to a friend, sometimes simply sat quietly and allowed himself to grieve or remember. Little by little, his sleep improved. He noticed more energy, a gentle peace returning to his days. His presence brightened, and he felt lighter, as if he could finally breathe fully again. Ignoring the pain that lives in silence can age the heart and body alike. It can cause us to withdraw, to lose vitality, and to let life slip away unshared. A locked heart prevents the body from breathing deeply, from feeling the world in its richness. To begin letting go, try writing down whatever aches within you, even if you never share it. Or take a moment each day for quiet reflection, a silent prayer, or a gentle conversation with someone you trust. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past. It simply frees you from its weight. And when the heart finds relief, the body learns to live lighter. Yet, in this new lightness, have you noticed the unique strength that still lives within you, waiting to be shared, waiting to be remembered? Today, you had the chance to look inside, with your eyes and with your heart. Throughout this journey, We explored how the small shifts in strength, mood, sleep, and even the silent weight of our emotions can shape the experience of aging. These are not diagnoses to fear, but invitations to care, to notice, to act. Every detail you observe, whether it's a physical change, a restless night, or a quiet ache in your heart, can be a starting point for a longer, more vibrant life. The path to longevity and autonomy is built from moments of awareness and gentle adjustments, not from perfection. Now, I invite you to turn that gaze toward yourself. Pay attention to your rhythm, your daily routine, your feelings, and the people around you. Notice what brings you energy and what drains you. Change doesn't need to be overwhelming. You don't have to transform your whole life overnight. But you can begin with a single, mindful step. Take a walk, prepare a nourishing meal, make a meaningful call, or allow yourself a moment of quiet reflection. Each small gesture is a powerful act of self-care and hope. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Your presence here shows how much you value your own life or the life of someone you care for. That is a true sign of wisdom and love. I deeply appreciate your trust and your openness to reflect, learn, and grow alongside me. If this message resonated with you, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here, every video is designed to support your journey, to help you remember to take care of yourself, to inspire you with new ways to live more fully, and to remind you that you're never alone on this path. Remember, it's not time that takes away our independence, but the silence in the face of what our body and soul are trying to tell us. Listen to your life signals and respond with care. Your future is not just waiting. It's being shaped by every choice you make today. There is still time to make it the best it can be.